Hello, everybody. I'm really happy to be here, joined by a guest who's actually my better half, my wife and partner, Andi Shaka.
Hi, everybody. Great to be here.
So, we're here to tell you about something that we have been building and doing workshops on for close to a decade now, called the Stoic Heart. And we're offering our very first workshop online coming up this month, April 18th. That's a Saturday at noon Central Time. So, you do want to check the time difference depending on where you are. And we're going to tell you a bit about that. And this is going to be kind of a free ranging conversation, but we do want to put this on your calendar and your radar because we're looking for people who might want to join us. So, Andi, why don't you talk about the workshop itself,
Sure
and then
thing.
we'll do some back and forth about why we're doing this in the first place.
Yeah, that sounds great. So the workshop, as Greg said, is Saturday, April 18th, noon Central, and it will run for 2.5 hours. Our goal is to go through 3 Stoic shifts. As Greg said, we've been doing this for a decade. In fact, this April, it is a decade since our first workshop. But one of the things that we really want to focus on in the conversation is how we use these Stoic shifts to de-escalate conflict and build real connection. And as Greg said, we've done a lot of these different workshops in various venues, sometimes a small intimate dinner party, a roundtable discussion. We've presented at StoiCon. But the feedback always was positive, which is great. But also people kept asking us for more. Do you do one-on-ones? Do you do workshops? Do you do individual, coupled or partnered work? And we do. And so this is the year that we're bringing it to the public. We're so excited. We've been talking about this for a long time. And one of the things that I think we realized is that there's a key opportunity here to put what we do in our relationship. As Greg said, we're married. We've been married 15 years. We've worked through a lot of different challenges together.
Yeah, that's true.
And these tools have really helped us. And so we're eager to share them with others, but also speak from practical experience and really kind of help put ideas into action, philosophy into practice. I mean, these are the things that Greg has done exceptionally well for a very long time now. And while I've been behind the scenes helping where I can or participating where I can, this is an opportunity for us to really partner on something and build it publicly together. And I'm very excited about that.
Andi is somewhat downplaying the just sheer wealth of expertise that she's bringing to this as well, not just in philosophy, but in communication and thinking about all sorts of manners of relationships, whether they're personal or professional. And I think, something that comes to mind right away that somebody might ask, well, is this just for married couples?
Right. And it's not. We have really worked hard to build something that helps individuals in their lives, coupled, partnered, exploring, newly single, not looking at all, just trying to have deeper, meaningful connections. And, some of the work that we've done has actually been centered around building relationships in the workplace. Some of it is, kind of how you work on maybe familial or, collegial conflicts, or even dealing with some of the stressors of an academic position. But in this case, we're really focused on people relating to other people in some sort of intimate or partnered relationship, whether that's even, like I said, relating with themselves. So there's a lot of work that we had to do as individuals, even though we were married, to make our marriage richer, but also to grow as individual people. We've talked a lot about that, about not, expecting your partner to be everything for you, but you really do need to show up for yourself. And this is a great way to work on skills that will help you in any environment, but especially if you're looking to create something that has a meaningful, deep connection. And that's really kind of where we're headed with this.
Yeah, and I think some people might also say, wait a minute, Stoicism, the heart, aren't Stoics all about the head as opposed
Right.
to emotions? And what we want to say is, well, certainly getting your head straight can help you out. And there are a lot of cognitive tools that we're going to provide people with, but they're ultimately aimed at feeling things like trust or love, or displaying those to other people, because Stoics do think that those matter quite a bit. So we're going to be bringing a lot of useful resources, principles, practices, frameworks to help people better understand themselves and the relationships that they're in. Another thing that might come up, which is, we could say kind of a beginner to intermediate level question is, well, wait a second, relationships, why would that matter for a Stoic? Aren't those what they call indifference? It's not virtue itself, or having whatever we want to call the proeresis, the faculty of choice that you've cultivated. And I mean, that's something that I think we could talk about quite a bit. I'm kind of curious to get your take out there on camera for everybody else on that.
Yeah.
So when somebody says, well, wait a second, you don't control your relationships, that's something that's completely external to you. That's not how we've lived it, right?
That's right. That's right. I think that one of the things that really pleasantly surprised me is when we recorded a video, I want to say about 5 years ago, and it's been used every run for Stoic Week. And the whole idea of Stoic Week, right, is to live like a Stoic for a week. And our video typically kind of comes at the end. It's sort of like one of the culminating, experience videos that are shared in that platform. And we get so many comments from people who say precisely that. I didn't ever think of applying sort of a Stoic philosophy to my interpersonal relationships, or, this helped so much in terms of how I approach my partner, or I'm navigating a divorce, or I've recently lost my spouse. My children have just moved out. My husband and I, or my wife and I, need to learn how to relate to one another. Or dealing with a spouse or partner, or even just a close relationship where someone is struggling with an illness. The idea of connecting with another person, no, it's not something you want to try to control. But what you do control is your side of the relationship. And that's another thing that, a future workshop, actually, we're going to talk about how to respond to people if you're living these principles and the person that you're working with, or, partnered with, has no desire to engage. It really is about the self and the harmony of virtue and really pursuing that connection. But every single time that I look back at a conflict that we navigated successfully in 15 years of marriage, it's been focused on me trying to do what I can do to reposition my thinking, to not make assumptions, to take that pause, right? To make a shift. And to really try to connect in a way that creates value and meaning in a positive sense. And so anyone can do that, right? Anyone can benefit from that. But boy, do relationships ever benefit when both partners are doing that work. It's unbelievable. Really, truly, it is. Yeah.
I think too, looking back on it, that reminding ourselves of two things. One is what's at stake, like in conflicts, and I'm going to reveal a little bit about both of us here that isn't really a surprise to people who've seen my videos. Both of us are pretty driven, type A, what Plato would call thumatic people, who can get quite angry and take offense easily. So we're exactly the kind of people that this sort of stuff would be helpful for. Not that it wouldn't be helpful for others, but reminding yourself when we're having some sort of conflict about the relationship is really what matters. But more than the relationship, the other person matters. I want to be a better, more integrated person, not just for myself, but for the other person. And whether they appreciate that or not, like you said, that's up to them, right? But showing up for the relationship and the other person is really helped a lot by Stoic principles and a number of the practices that we're going to teach you how to, or maybe remind you how to implement. So maybe that's enough about, what we're going to be doing. Is there anything else you think we need to say about the workshop itself?
No, just that all are welcome. Like you said, it's not just for people who are coupled. It's not just for anyone who's, kind of focused on the intimate relationship or the partnered relationship. This is a tool kit that we have that I think has helped us a great deal, as you said, in all of our engagements with others. But, just to sort of underscore something, and that is that we become better contributors to the overall social structure, however that exists, whether it's right inside of our homes as a little microcosm or out in the world, when we're aware of these things. And we've worked with people who have said, wow, I really understand why my last relationship broke down, or I really understand now where I was, maybe shifting things into a space that made it difficult to recover or repair. So, you did say it right. We are both incredibly driven and strong-willed people. And I feel very grateful that we have the opportunity to share what's worked for us, and really hope that we see folks, equally engaged. We're looking forward to offering more of these types of workshops. The demand has certainly been there. Now is the right time in our life. And I feel like we've got a great set of concepts that we're rolling out. And we thought, why not start with the thing that probably in many cases benefited us personally the most, so that we can talk from a space of experience, but also share that knowledge with others in ways that drive actual meaningful, action or result.
Yeah, and change and deepening and
Yeah,
repairing of
that's right.
relationships.
Building or rebuilding trust. Yeah,
Yeah, there you go. So workshop is coming up
that's
on
right.
Saturday, the 18th, and we've got a link below in the video description, so you can easily be taken right there to it. We'll spend a lot of time in it explaining things,
Mhm.
and Andi and I do our back and forth kind of shtick like this, which people seem to really enjoy.
Yeah,
It's kind of
as do
nice
we.
that people like my stuff, people like Andy's stuff, but together they seem to
Yeah.
like that even more. But we'll also have plenty of time for doing some Q&A and looking at, people's cases and what they want to bring to the seminar. I think that's a really big value in having these. We get, the time to go into detail and depth about what people might be confused about,
Hmm.
or the situations that they're finding themselves in, very specific, right?
Hmm.
And every time that we do the seminar, it turns out different because of that.
That's very true. There'll be exercises, there'll be things folks can do. Reflecting during the workshop, we'll have some time for that. And no one should feel that they'll be forced to share. It's totally optional. If you want to come in and hang out and observe, that's all right as well. But yeah, it's great when we can put our forces together and share this info. So really looking forward to it.
All right. Well, that's enough from us, I think.
Yeah.
So the link is below. You can think about signing up for it if you'd like to. We're going to be doing workshops pretty much monthly throughout the year and for the years ahead, with the exception of course, the big month of Stoicism, where we'll probably be doing something a bit different.
Yeah.
So stay tuned. There's going to be a lot more cool workshops to come. And we're also rolling out a Substack specifically for the Stoic Heart that you can check out as well.
Yeah. Hope to see you all on the 18th.